Himalayas are arguably the world's most famous mountains. Hundreds and even thousands of people attempt to climb them every year. Still more come from across the world to view these stunning mountains. The Himalayas are located in Asia. They're famous for being home to Mount Everest, which is the world's tallest peak at 29,000 feet. However, Everest is not the only peak that makes these mountains, which separate the Indian subcontinent and Tibetan Plateau, famous. It is also home to over 50 mountains exceeding 23,000 feet. So what created these majestic wonders? The Tibetan myth says that Everest sprang out of a lotus flower created when a beautiful goddess grew tired of being chased by gods and threw herself into a lake. The lotus grew bigger and bigger until it peeled off, and its flowers revealed a huge and beautiful mountain, Mount Everest. As nice as that sounds, it's a little far-fetched. In reality, the mountains were created by a subduction of the Indian tectonic plate under the Eurasian plate. The collision of the Indian and Eurasian plate began 225 million years ago, when India was a large island situated off the Australian coast and separated from Asia by the Tethys Ocean. Subduction is the process that takes place at convergent boundaries by which one tectonic plate moves under another tectonic plate and sinks into mantle as the plates converge. Regions where this process occurs are known as subduction zones. Himalayas are one such subduction zone, arguably the most famous. Over time, a period of millions and millions of years, the Indian plate moved upwards until it ran into the Eurasian plate. Finally, after millions of years, the plates ran into each other. Also, sorry I'm so bad at drawing continents. Apparently I've never seen a map before. As you can see, the Indian plate slides underneath the Eurasian plate, crumpling up the Eurasian plate in the process and creating the tallest mountains on Earth. In fact, the Himalayas are still growing as the plates collide, rising more than 1 centimeter a year. It's crazy to think that something so slow can create something so huge. Something under our feet can create something that rises thousands of feet above our heads. Now that you know just a little bit about the geology of the Himalayas, it is interesting to think about how different our Earth could look millions of years from now. Too bad time travel doesn't exist. Now that you know a thing or two about plate tectonics, be sure to impress your friends with this new info the next time you climb Everest. Remember that, because of plate tectonics, if you climbed it last, you climbed it at its tallest point.